Hello, I'm glad to see you. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Boxing on Sundays. Today, we have a very special guest, a man whose journey in boxing has taken him from Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of Congo to the international boxing world. He is a former professional boxer who competed at a high level and has experienced the sport from inside the ring. Today, he is also involved in coaching, management, matchmaking, promotion, and developing fighters. Please welcome Raymond Kupula. Thank you for this interview. Thank you for this opportunity. I want to start this interview at the very beginning of your story. Before boxing, you were just a young boy growing up in Kinshasa. Every fighter has a different that shapes his personality. I would love for our audience to understand the person behind the boxer. Tell me please, what was Raymond Kupula like as a child, and what kind of family and environment did you grow up in?
Yes, pardon me, you can just come again. My name is Raymond Kupula. I have started boxing when I was young age, uh, 10 years old. So I have more experience. I born with my family. We have 10 child, my dad. So I'm in the number fourth of the family. Yeah, and I start boxing with my uncle. He's the one introducing me in boxing. I have done so much in Congo, Kinshasa. You know where was Muhammad Ali and George Foreman fought. Yeah, I start love boxing and I concentrate with boxing and I grow with boxing. Then I moved to South Africa, and by now I'm in Dubai.
How did growing up in Kinshasa influence the person and athlete you eventually become?
But then,
Yes, how did growing up in Kinshasa influence the person and athlete you eventually become?
yeah, mom. I was influenced by my uncles. His was that time was Zaire, and then he was a champ. So I start following him or to his skills, and then I get interest in boxing. So he introduced me. So it's very influences in my country. Yeah.
How did you first discover boxing and what made you decide that you wanted to become a boxer?
Yeah, look, as like I say again, I become a boxer because these things is in family blood, you know. So that's the reason why I think I have that blood. When I was young, I saw my uncle was fighting, and I decided to become a boxer. So it wasn't easy because my dad is always telling me, I don't want people like doing on boxing. You need to start. You need to do this. You need to go to the school. But me, I was all right. Now I have to mix. I have to do boxing, and I can school. Then I can do this whatever. So that's the reason I got this from my uncle. He's still alive. Yeah.
Do you remember your very first boxing training session? And what was the experience like? First training session.
Yeah, my first training sessions, but by the way, it's just easy. It was, because before I went to the club, we trains in the home with my uncle sometimes, some Sunday weekends. He fetches me and we go to his house and trains. Okay, look, first time I went to the club, I was shy, like maybe people that will beat me, and that was it. Like something killed me because I learned it from home first before go to the club. So it was not very hard for me. Once I get to the club, was easy for me because I used to train with my uncle home. Serious training, that was it easy. But once it's they seem to take me to the club to join like people, like sitting like 10 people, 15 people in the class, there was already like for me was easy for me because it punished me at home. So no afraid on when we go to the team. So I was always in high level. Since I start boxing.
Tell me please about family reaction. What did your family think when you first told them that you wanted to become a boxer? Family reaction.
Look, like I said, my dad was it happy with that, and or me and my father we used to fight a lot. My father was it happy to let me go and do boxing, but that was my choice. So I choose to be a boxer, and I started. They start fighting me, and also my mom she was like, "No, no, I don't want that." But my mom she was supporting me, and in other side she was supporting me. But my dad never allowed me to do a boxing. But my uncle was 100% to tell me to come to train to be a boxer. So from that day, and yeah, but my dad was it 100% about my boxing. Yeah.
First boxing coach. Who was your first boxing coach and what is the most important lesson that coach taught you? Tell me please about story about your first boxing coach.
Yeah, honestly speaking, is the beginning of my skills of boxing. Uh, it was my uncle Junior. Is the one started with me back home, like the basics boxing, like standing style. It was him, and I learned home, and a few years, and I left to go do wrestling, and he called me again, and then I decided to stay in boxing only because I also do wrestling, but I don't compare wrestling and boxing. Boxing is the amazing. So my first trainer was my uncle Jonah. He's the one introduced me and teaching me many things about the stance, the basics of boxing. And after which, he took me to the club, the Cavalier. There I see was Coach Sami Bula and then Coach Pepe Ndombe. Then they start holding up me, they make me grow in sports. So from there, I start doing amateur, I start fighting. Yeah, but for my uncle, it was only training between me and like a family style, all I can say.
Your story is very interesting and amateur beginnings. What do you remember about the beginning of your amateur boxing career? Tell me please about beginning of your amateur career.
Yes, my first fight was with Makabu. the guy Kamunga Makabu. Their first fight, I lost. Obviously, I lost on my first fight amateurs. I lost, and it was only on point, not like a knockout or something like. But it was close fight. And yeah, and from there I come back. I start training very hard, and I keep on winning because I have a 36 amateurs fight. I only have like 6 lose in amateur, and I have 22 professional boxer. So from now, I resign. I think you have interviewed my son, who's calling Elohim Kupula. I call him Ray Kupula Jr. I think you have one interviewing my son last time. You have done one. You have done an interview with him. I think so. So yes, and from that time, yes,
Oh, I remember how I interviewed Elohim the Punisher Kupula.
yes, yeah, the Punisher. I call him Ray Kupula Jr., the Punisher Elohim. Yeah, at Sato. That's my son. I think he's the one. Is the one who's gonna have the legacy because I'm no longer fighting. I'm no longer fighting. I'm coach. I'm managing and promoting. Yes,
Elohim the Punisher Kupula is very talented boxer and I'm sure he is the future world champion.
yes. That I will be happy to hear that from you. And myself, I have been saying it because I don't force him to become a boxer. Uh, I was training him just like my uncles and trying to push him that time he was young because I know he's the man, just for defense. No, I was not putting my mind like, okay, this man will be this and this because we don't know once he grow, you need to decide what you need to do if you're gonna carry on with boxing or if you just want to do school or other stuff. So on the beginning for me, I was just training him because he's a man for self-defense. But since I left him, I come in Dubai. I see him phone me and he said that now I want to fight. Are you sure? Yes, then I send him to Hot Boxing Club. His coach Sean Ness. So they're training there and I see him 3 fights, 3 wins. And the performance was very high. So now I see and I say you are the next world champions in the family. Yes.
Yes, family business, family business.
Yeah, of course. They're going to keep the legacy flowing all over the world. I trust him. He's very disciplined. He's my best son, yeah. So he's a future world champions. He need more focus again. He's finishing school this year in for box because it's his last year of studying and they need to finish this. That's what he didn't have time to go to train enough. But next year, he's gonna be training myself. Yeah, we will push him much. Maybe we start also maybe a debut professional fight. We will see. Yes.
Tell me please about your amateur experience. What did amateur boxing teach you that you still use today?
Pardon, come again. I couldn't get you.
What did amateur boxing teach you that you still use today? Maybe as a coach.
Yeah, like I say, I have mentioned the name from the people who teach me very well. First was my uncle, Jonah. Is the one started with me at home. Then once he taking me to his club, I go meet Coach Pepe Ndombe and Coach Sami Bula. Those are people they take me to the next level of boxing. So I'm very gratitude for them. Uh, Coach Sami Bula and Coach Pepe Ndombe. Yeah.
Your first amateur win. What did your first amateur victory mean to you and how did it change your confidence? Tell me please about your first victory.
Yeah, my first victory in amateur boxing. That was amazing for all the family and all my team. And Kayembe, it was Kayembe, what was uh, in Limete. I won that match, and then I was also fighting for national team, and yeah, that was amazing for my family, for myself and my team. Everybody was happy, and it pushes me again to work hard. It motivated me that time I win my first because I told you the first fight I had in amateur I lost. The second one I win. My first win in amateur. It was big party for me. Yeah.
Your tournaments and competition. What was the toughest tournament experience of your amateur career? Tell me please about the toughest tournament for you.
First, you mean first tournament?
Yes.
Yeah, my first tournament for amateur fight. I said I lost. That was my first tournament. I lost my first fight for amateur. But the second one I won. Yes.
Was your the toughest opponent, the best opponent for you?
Or my toughest opponent for amateur.
Yes, yes, amateur career.
Oh, I can say Makabu was a tough one. Makabu was a tough one because me, I was training very hard. Anybody who was in front of me, I was always saying my coach, I'll beat them. So I can say only Makabu because the one beat me and he gave me hard time. And that was I think 2000, yes, 2001, I think. Yeah.
And tell me please about your the best fight in amateur. Your the best fight.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Your the best fight. Number one fight for you.
Oh, you mean my best fighter or
Yes, yes.
my best fight or my best fighters? I don't know. I can't get you properly.
Your best fight.
Yeah, my best fight in amateur or professional.
Uh, in amateur.
Yo, that was long time, man. Yes, I say that was Makabu Fabrice and Miguel Amure. Miguel Amure and that boy called the name of Bogar. Kamunga. That was a tough fight and the best fight for me when I was amateur.
How would you describe the boxing style you developed during your amateur career? Tell me please about your boxing style.
Oh, look, my boxing style, I took it, I can say, from my uncle because he's the one started with me, and just copy my uncle's a legacy. Yeah.
And next, we will talk about your professional career. When did you decide that you wanted to become a professional boxer and why?
Yeah, that was 2008. My first fight in professional. I won. I won that match, and then because amateur for me it was like yeah, taking me time for nothing. There was no much exposure, and fight amateur, no payment, nobody pay you. But one part you fight for pro, you get some payment. So that's what I left amateur and go do professional because as my family and my dad was always you fighting for nothing, then I decided to become a professional so that I can earn some money to help myself and help my family. Yeah, so that's why I left amateurs tournament. Yeah.
Your professional debut, first professional win. What do you remember most about your professional debut versus Kalanga Mukokole in 2008?
Kalanga Mukokol. That guy was amazing. Was amazing. That was long time. Yeah, and then I it ran me very 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 good last first round, and my uncle said you need to stay close and make sure don't run away. You need to stay around him, and I beat him.
Oh, why didn't he boxing again? It's one fight for him.
Oh, look, that I don't know because we had a problem with the box rack. We got banned because I don't know, and they have been fighting, but they only have one fight, and since that time, and I don't know why.
Oh, Kalanga Mukokole. I don't hear anything else about him. One fight.
Yeah, I think they have been fighting, and then maybe they have struggling to uploading his rank to box rank.
Your early professional record is amazing. Your early professional. What was the biggest challenge you faced during the early years of your professional career?
Oh, look, please, can you come again? I couldn't get your point properly.
Oh, 7 victories, 7-0, your early professional record.
Hmm.
What was the biggest challenge you faced during the early years of your professional career?
Look, I was always staying in the gym. I challenge people. That was easy for me because I resigned everything. I left everything. I just go do boxing. For me, it was like I woke up in the morning, I go to box, and then I come back, and then at evening again, I go box again. Then easy fight for me because I was not doing anything. As I was going to school, yes, but that one was my focus. So it's too much difficult for me because discipline, you know. After school, I go home. After home, I go to club. I make sure before I go to study, I have to go run first in the morning and go to school afterwards. I have to go to train. So it was a big challenge for me because training is very important. Once the training very good, you opponent will be there, but it's not going to be a big challenge for you because you stay at the gym as a boxer and to stay ready. I was one of the best boxer in my team.
Why did you decide to boxing in South Africa, not further in the Democratic Republic Congo?
Yeah, that's the reason why I left Congo because there's a couple of fights. Normally, if you find that my record is two fights is missing there, and they have been struggling for some uploading the updating a box rate, you know, and I decided to go to South Africa because of the lack of organization from my country. Because there you can stay like this 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, non-tournament. So I decide to go to South Africa so that I can carry on with my career.
Oh, where you not appreciated in South Africa? Why did the defeats go? You beat everyone in the Democratic Republic Congo. Why did the defeats go in South Africa?
Yes, I would say in South Africa they have using me like a stepper, which I didn't know that because I was having my bad people around me. They have been training me, but some fight, we went to the fight, they don't care. They robbed me. I didn't know they are trying to be uh, like a robber, I can say. They're a robber. Couple of fight, I won the fight. If I don't knock the guy out, because I'm not South Africans, and yeah, they give to South Africans. And I fought all the best in South Africa's top top ranking. We used to afford Warren Jubel, Joey Stinkling, Joshua Better Man. I fought many kids, many boxes, good boxes, you know. And yeah, so everybody knows. Everybody know about my dedication. Know Raymond Kupula. Who is Raymond Kupula? I'm not a loser, but they know that I have been winning the fight, but they robbed me. Yeah.
The four knockouts. You have recorded four professional victories by knockout.
Yeah.
Which of your four knockout victories was the most memorable and why?
That's we talking about long time ago, historic. Yeah, what can I say? Uh, you know, before you go to the fight, you need to make sure I will come to your point. you need to make sure, you have to make sure about your conditioning. Be sure your trainer, you have to train very hard. You need to train very hard before you can start bringing all good performance in your team. So Junior Kamunga, he got knocked out with me because I was more good in conditioning, you know. And then Cuba, I also knocked him on the first round. Trezor, I knocked him on the first round because that was amazing. You know, it was so easy for me because, like, as I said, I was staying in the gym. That's the reason why I bring all the performance.
Who is your favorite boxer of all time, and what do you admire most about him? Your favorite boxer?
My favorite boxer, I can say, firstly is Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, those are my favorites.
Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was more than a great fighter. He had personality, confidence, speed, intelligence, and an incredible ability to connect with people.
Mm.
What do you admire most about Muhammad Ali as a boxer and as a person?
Yeah, look, Muhammad Ali was ready for everything. I like the speed, the footwork. You can see he was always ready. And punches, he can punch 6, 8 punches, but his heavyweight. And defense was good. That's why I choose to follow him as my best and then my best interest in boxing.
My favorite fight, Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman. And you?
The same. That fight. Same. I was watching this fight. That time I didn't even born. And then that the story was there. They was start watching. My uncle was putting the move there and then on the TV and watching Muhammad Ali. Every time I watched that, I was very, whoa, wow. Because Foreman just came and hit bombs all the time, and Muhammad Ali was dancing and jab. Yeah, that was also my favorite.
I watched this fight on YouTube.
Okay.
Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson became famous for his explosive power, aggressive style, and incredible head movement. What is the biggest lesson you took from watching Mike Tyson fight?
Yes, because of the Mike Tyson, he always come forward, and then he had good movement, and he punches very hard. So there's two things from Mike Tyson I take. Once he coming forward, and the head movement and the speed also.
Floyd Money Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather built a career around defense, timing, intelligence, and precision. What do you think makes Floyd Money Mayweather's boxing style so difficult to defeat?
Yes, because as we say, intelligence and fraud they makes everything difficult for other opponent. He fought because fraud he knows how to get in troubles, and it was not just fighting; it was boxing. It's between it's different between fight and box. Once you fight, you will cut a lot of punches, but once you box, it's different. Float, it teaches us how to box, to move forward, but to move defense, attack, everything was okay for him because he was not stupid, you know. That time he was boxing, Floyd can beat you very clean and difficult to touch his face.
Floyd Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya.
De La Hoya.
In your opinion, who really won?
Look, like I said, De La Hoya was coming forward. He thought maybe he won the fight, but it was close fight. Floyd won because Floyd was more smart. I watched this fight many times, and I learned I learned something from Floyd to box someone in distance, to keep someone here, not coming the guy coming forward. You are not coming to catch me. You're not coming to hit me. Even if you hit me, I have to defend. And Floyd teaches me how to box on the distance. And then from this fight, Floyd won the fight.
My friend, did you enjoy the fight Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah, I watched the fight with Floyd and Manny Pacquiao.
Yes.
I think people they are doubting on winning of Floyd, but for me it was yes, Floyd won the fight. Pac-Man was just punching, 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 but that was no precision. But Floyd was punching with precision, targeting, But Pacquiao punch, yes, but that was Floyd won.
What was your favorite punch during your professional career? Tell me please about your favorite punch.
Yeah, my favorite punch is always jab. I had a strong jab and uppercut. Jab, jab, uppercut. And left hook. Right uppercut and left hook. My left hook is amazing. My double jab I can use like Muhammad Ali. Six jab. Six jab. Bang, 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 bang. I was like that. I was like that. When I used to box, but obviously you go to another coach, you go there, he give you another story, and your skills starting changing. It's not good to change trainers all the time. But what you do?
Would you say your biggest strength was power, speed, timing, accuracy, or something else? Your biggest strengths?
Yeah, it was everything was okay. It was I had power, I have a speed, and that's what I have. Mm.
Next question is very interesting. You mentioned about jab. In your opinion, who has the best jab in history? I think in Larry Holmes and you.
Pardon? You think what?
Who has the best jab in history?
Yeah, the best jab, man. I already said Muhammad Ali was jabbing like nobody's business. Muhammad Ali had that beautiful jab. You know, it can punch like this, ta, 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 without even think.
What was your favorite combination to throw in a fight? Tell me please about your favorite combination.
Yeah, I, uh, I was, my favorite combination, it was jab, jab, right uppercut, left hook. That's my favorite, even now. If I go jab, jab, right uppercut in the jaw, left hook, I go to the body, body, body. That's my favorite. Even now, that didn't change. Maybe the speed, but I still have this double jab, right uppercut, left hook, right hook in the body, left hook in the body.
Wow. Tell me please about your defensive skills. What defensive technique did you rely on the most during your career?
Muhammad Ali and Floyd.
Good footwork. How
Yes.
important was footwork in your training and fighting style? Tell me please about your footwork.
Yeah, look, my footwork camps. I used to watch my uncles now very very bad, and then once I decided to start watching Floyd and Muhammad Ali and Floyd Mayweather, my defense was increasing, was becoming much better. It's not just easy to to hit me. It's not easy. Even now, even now, it's not easy. I know how to defend because I watch Floyd and Muhammad Ali. Yeah.
Next question is very important question, because the Democratic Republic of Congo has a special place in boxing history. Kinshasa was the location of the legendary Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman fight in 1974. That event became one of the most famous moments in sports history. Number one moment in sports history, Ali versus Foreman, number one. Growing up there must have made that history especially meaningful. How important is the boxing history of Kinshasa and the Democratic Republic of Congo to you?
Yeah, look, that fight for the history of Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, uh, that was the big historic in the war, I can say. But our country still remains in backwards. They're not moving forward in boxing. That's why you see lots of Congolese boxers that when they are going out, you know. But the historic is there. Historic is there because Rambo in the jungle, that was Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. But look at Congo, we have so much talent boxer, but development is not growing forward. We're going backwards. So that's the reason why people are running away from my country. Then we're moving forward, we're going back, we're going to another country so we can continue our career there. But obviously it's because not for the athlete and because of the people who runs the federations, you know, those are people who are spoiling boxing in Congo. Because they don't know how to run the boxing federation. They're just doing it for their pocket. They're not doing it for national. They are doing it for their pocket, for their past reason. You know?
Yes, this fight, in my opinion, number one in boxing history. Number one for me. The best fight in boxing history, Foreman versus Ali. And I want to know about your toughest opponent in professional. Who was the toughest opponent you ever faced and what made him so difficult? Tell me please about the best opponent, the toughest opponent.
Yeah, my tough opponent is only Paul Kamanga. I think Paul Kamanga and Bongani Glamini passed away already because I agreed that I got knocked out from Bongani Glamini. That was like my first fight professional in South Africa. I fought this man. I still have this fight. I always watching it, but I was beating him, and it wasn't easy. This man he couldn't want to go down. The first I just caught him like 2 times. I make him sleep, but he wake up again and he knock me out. That was tough. It was very tough fight for me.
And the most memorable fight. What was the most memorable fight of your professional career?
Uh, Paul Kamanga and then Clement Kamanga. Yes, I can say. Joey Stinkling, Stanclair, and Warren Jubei.
Who was the hardest punch you ever faced? The hardest puncher?
From who? From who? It's only punch you once come. I need to defend. The, yeah,
Uh, the hardest punch, the most strong blow.
yeah. Hardest punch for me comes from Paul. They was swinging, and then well, I was fighting him very cleverly because I know he can come with lot of over, and that was tough. The first and second round, he caught me very. I was dizzy, but because I was fit and prepared for this fight, I say I will go to the end of the fight. Obviously, I lose the fight, but for me, I call it draw. But from the judges, they said I lost.
Who was the most technical opponent? The most technically skilled opponent you faced during your career? The most technical.
Joy is thinking. Joy, when you see there, you see Joy Stinkling is very technical and speed, and you cannot just catch him. Stingling was amazing fighter.
And your best performance, your best fight in professional. Which fight do you believe was the best performance of your career?
That's the reason. That's why I will answer you. You see, all fight in exclude the first fight in South Africa with Bongan Glamini. It was also the best fight. All fight I did, it was best fight of night. And this was always main event. It was all main event, main support event, and that was the best fight of the night.
And last dance. Tell me please about your last dance, your last fight. How did you prepare for it, for your last fight versus Muhammad Bursa?
Yeah, look, this fight I was prepared alone, and for me it something that I want that to be. This was my last fight. It was last. I think it's been 1 year now. I quit boxing, and then I wanted to come back, and they give me Muhammad Busa. I'm not giving an excuse. That was in Turkey, and then I was not preparing well for him because it was local guy, and that fight. If you check, I had the videos. The guy was hitting me back the head, you know, back the head, and then the referee never adapted the point from him because they was going against me. I didn't just fight him, and I fight with all Turkish people, judges, referee, boxers. I couldn't win. It was a fight to knock the guy out. Obviously, they favor him to win. They're supposed to disqualify him for this fight, but they have it do they have it do it, so they make me lose.
Have you finished your career? Your career is over?
Yeah, no, not yet, not yet. I'm still preparing. Maybe I'll end my career. I have to fight maybe 2 fights and or three. Then I'll say, okay, now I will get retired.
Your last dance ahead?
Pardon?
Last dance, last fight, your last fight ahead?
Yeah, last fight, the guy, like I say, he was hitting me behind of my head, back on head. He punches me like 4 or 5 times. So then I fell down because the punch comes from here, back of the head. It's very dangerous. And the referee was just looking at him like this without adapting any point from him. And it was hit.
And in the final part of our interview, I want to talk about your promotion. How did you become a manager?
Okay, yeah. Yes, that time I fought my last fight with Thompson Mokwena, on the 2020, and then I become top 100 in the world, and I become first challenger for ABU, and then I start that time was COVID-19. Everything was locked down, and then I went to Mexico, and then I passed via Dubai. So I decided to start managing boxer. And I went back to South Africa. I set up my gym calling RKL International Boxing.
Your promotion company. How did you make it so successful? Tell me please about your promotion company.
Yeah, because I fund the sponsors, and then I have well organized tournament because I learned from Lenny Fernandez. I learned. That was my coach, my former coach. And I had my partner, Emmanuel Maloro. He's in Kinshasa, also boxer. So I had to save money and look for the sponsor and they want the investors to the projects. I done it so well with my team.
Are you happy to become a promoter?
Yes, yes, that's my dream. Because look, I was a boxer. I do run. I train boxers. I manage boxer. I do matchmaking. You know what
Oh,
else again? Because I can box myself. First things, I can promote. I can matchmaking. I can manage boxers. So this is a very good for me because I will manage my son myself and promote him myself. It's good.
Raymond, how do you manage to sign so many cool boxers?
But then,
How do you manage to sign so many cool boxers?
yes, of course, because I'm a boxer. Before I can move forward with you, yes, I have some test. I have to test. I have to test you and then see this guy is a potential boxer or not. I can make I can make someone who was zero and make him a boxer. That's why they call me coach, a best coach. You can't be a best coach when someone already come with his box reg and stuff and eye ranking and you see a best coach must take somebody from zero.
Tell me please about the next boxing event that you will organize.
Uh, I have to go find out about this. Oh God, the next tournament was in Kinshasa. I think that one was 2023 September. That's the second one. Huh? Um, I had a guy, Barlow, fought with Chapito di Muntu, and I had Kakenzi, Samson, Joshua Eleo. Yeah, this was the biggest show in showbiz.
Wow, you did a great job. Well done. You make big fights. Do you believe in yourself that you will bring boxing in Democratic Republic Congo to a global level?
Yes, of course, because I had made it already. I have uh, I have potential to train a great boxer right now. I had Ismail Arabic. If you just Google Ismail and then Michael King, they are already high in. Michael King is from England and Ismail is from Italian. Ismail Arabic. I'm training a world champion already. Ismail is IBO international champ. He has 13 fights. His last fight, he fought in Switzerland. And then it was a credible performance. And he won the fight. Michael went to Russia. Even now, I'm going to Russia now. I'll be in Russia before the end of this month. We had a fight in Russia. One of my fighters is fighting there. And then Michael King. If you write Michael King is fighting Alexander on the 30th of August this month.
Oh,
So yeah. So my eye can see who is good, who is not good. But if you are not good, I cannot even throw you there. I have to teach you and to make my coaching, like coaching you for really, and teaching you the stance, the skills, how you will box. Not this way. You need to box this way. Yeah, that's what makes me best coach.
Raymond, thank you very much for taking the time to my
Yeah,
YouTube
welcome.
channel, Boxing on Sundays. It was a real pleasure to hear your story, your experiences as a professional boxer, matchmaker, manager, promoter. Thanks you again, and I wish you and your fighters nothing but success in the future. Maybe we will see you on the same level as Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Dana White, and
Thank you.
others. I believe
Thank
in
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye, my friend, and good luck.
Bye. Cheers, bro.